Okay, moving to June 2017, question number 22. Okay, this is BNU. Brenda secured a 20-year loan of 400,000. So now, a secured loan, it's a what? It's a PV. Remember, money borrowed is PV, present value, for 20 years. So it means time is equal to 20 years. So you'll come and indicate your PV is 400,000, your time is 20 years. And they continue saying she repays the loan in equal monthly payment. Okay, so the annual interest rate is 16%. So our R rate is equal to 16%, compounded monthly. So it means our CP is equal to, will be like how many months do we have in a year. So our CP is equal to 12. Now ECP 12. And then what is Brenda's minimum monthly payment? So what is the payment amount of payment she have to pay monthly so that she can cover this loan of 400,000 for 20 years? Okay, so now this is what we're going to do. The calculator. The first step is second function mode. So secondly, we will say second function again, interest. CP, they said is 12, so it's 12, enter on C. Okay, I will come and say plus, no, step number 3, plus or minus. So they've given us the 400,000 PV, so it's plus or minus 400,000 PV. Step number 4, it's gonna be our interest rate. They said is 16% interest, I stroke Y. Step number 5, so step number 5 is gonna be for time. They said is this month of loan is for 20 years, so it's gonna be 20. Second function, N, you press N twice. Step number 6, you need to indicate what exactly are you looking for. Okay, so it seems our question mark is on PMT. So how much is the PMT? So the payment, how much must Brenda pay monthly so that after 20 years she will have covered this 400,000 loan? So we'll say comp PMT. So it's gonna be 5,565.02. Okay. 5,565 and 2 cents, and 0.2 actually, it's not in 2 cents, and 0.2. So this will be our answer. So Brenda must pay 5,565 every month for 20 years so that she can cover up the loan of 400,000. Okay, so we also have question 23, which is moving from question 22. Remember, we are on June 2017. So the question says, consider the amortization of Brenda's loan in question 22 above. So remember, the loan was, she was paying this amount every month for 20 years to cover up the loan. So now, what will the outstanding balance after all the minimum payments have been made for 15 years? So it means if she has paid this 5,565 for 15 years, how much money will Brenda be remaining with to finish off the loan? So how do you calculate this? You will press this key on a calculator, this key called amortization. So don't erase anything, you can just continue and say amortization Okay, now I'll come here and say amortization, which is AMRT. Okay, so it's amortization. I'll draw a box here. So at this box you must enter what? CP times time. So they say the outstanding after 15 years. So what does it mean? It means time is 15 years times CP. CP, they said it was compounded monthly. So 15 times, we're gonna need another calculator here. What's gonna be our CP? 15 times 12. Okay, 15 times 12, and then it goes to, so it means it's 180. So it means it's amortization 180 ENT, which is enter. Remember, ENT is here on the calculator, and then this part you can ignore it. You can ignore it. I just wanted to demonstrate how you get to 180, and then you come down and say down arrow. So if I'm talking about the down arrow, I'm referring to this arrow here. We have 4 arrows here: the upper, the down one, and the forward and the backward one. Okay, so down arrow, I'm referring to this one. So we'll say down arrow 180, enter again. So let me say this is step number 1, amortization 180, enter. Step number 2, down arrow 180, enter. And step number 3 is just down arrow. You'll get your answer. So this is step number 2 and this is step number 3. So let me do it on a calculator. I said amortization, okay, 180, enter, ENT. Okay, down arrow is here, down arrow 180 again, 180, enter. And then once you press the down arrow for the last time, you'll get your answer. So the outstanding amount if Brenda is paid for 15 years is 228,845. 228,843, this one. So this will be the outstanding amount after 15 years. So please follow these steps, and then these steps will help you. So we are still with Brenda. Brenda first, or I don't know. Okay, suppose Brenda decides to pay 6,000 per month into this loan account from the start. In how many years will she pay off the loan? So now remember, before I showed you Brenda borrowed 400,000, and then her initial monthly payment was how much? Her initial monthly payment was 5,566. Now she wanna cancel and pay 6,000 every month. Okay, so now if she's paying 6,000 every month, do you think this loan will be more than 20 years or will be less than 20 years? I think it's gonna be less than 20 years. Okay, so it means option 1 is out, and option 2 is out, and option 3 is also out. So it means it's gonna be option 3. It's gonna be option 3 because if she has to pay 5,565 for 20 years, she will cover the loan of 400,000. But now if she extend her payment to 6,000, it means she will pay for less than 20 years, because now the monthly payment has increased to 6,000. But all these figures, they are more than 20 years, so already they are out. So if you're in the exam, I advise you to just take this one. But anyway, because now you are with me, we're gonna have to calculate. Okay, it's gonna be second function mode, step number 1. Second function interest, second function interest, and then I'll say it's compounded monthly. It was compounded monthly. Remember, we're still going with this information of Brent. So CP is monthly, so it's 12, enter on C, plus minus the loan, it was 400,000. okay, so it was a PV, and then now they're saying she's paying 6,000 payment every month. She's paying 6,000, so it means this 6,000 is a payment. And then what else? Oh my god, what is the rate? What was the rate? The rate was 16%, so we're gonna say 16 I stroke Y. Okay, the last step, I'll say comp. What are we looking for time? So you're gonna say comp N is equals to, now let's see how long will it take. Okay, I'll say second function mod, second function interest, 12, enter on C, plus minus 400,000, 400,000, it's a PV, and then 6,000 it's a payment, and then 16% it's interest, and then I say comp. What are we looking for? Time. So you only press N1. So it's gonna take 165.89, 165.89. So these are not the years. Who can take these years to pay? Even Abraham never lived this kind of life. So it means these are the compound periods, and then since it was compounded monthly, divide them by 12 to see, to convert into years. So you can just say divide by 12, and then it's gonna take 13.82 years, which is the one I ticked here, 13.8 years. So sometimes without calculating, just be realistic. No one can take 60 something years to pay the loan, 100 and what or 41 years, never. Okay, so this is how we do it. Good luck.